a lot of people feel the same way. I mean, there's millionaires out there that have imposter syndrome, and it doesn't matter how much money they make, how much they're recognised, they are still striving for more because they do not feel good enough. You have people that surround themselves with things because deep down they don't feel good enough, and they require validation from the things that they buy. It could be like designer watches, fast cars. It's all linked to imposter syndrome. Now, how do we start believing in ourselves that we are capable and worthy? If we're looking for outside validation, then that's never ever going to happen. And this journey of being myself unapologetically has got to come with an acceptance of who I am, what I am, and what I'm capable of. But who does it matter to more than anyone? My daughter loves me the way I am. My family love me the way I am. So it doesn't come from family. But my fear of judgment from other people has had a knock-on effect for years and years. So as well as learning to say no, as well as accepting that I am a work in progress, I need to accept that I do have skills. I've trained in these skills. Why do I not recognise that I have them? Due to poor self-esteem, which does stem from when I'm younger, and it is true that things that happen when you're younger, you do carry it through into your adult life, the way you think, the way you feel, the way you act. We can tell ourselves, no, I'm not going to be that person anymore. But sometimes it can be so deep-rooted that you have automatic reactions and your brain seems to just tell you the things that you don't want to hear. If your little voice inside your head is telling you you're not good enough, then you've got to learn to block out that voice. Because the only one that can change how we feel about ourselves is ourselves. And sometimes we have to learn to be the person that we are and not apologise. If you're a person that says sorry, even when nothing's your fault, like how many people have you walked past in the street and they've nudged into you, but you've said sorry and they just carry on walking? Again, it's the guilt of needing to be validated, the guilt of making to feel things that you shouldn't have felt, the shame that was put on you by your boyfriend, your girlfriend, family members, wherever it came from. The fact is, if we are trying hard to better ourselves, if we have grown as a person, then who has the right to tell us that we're not good enough? That little voice that's probably really ours because we've carried on with the abuse, the verbal abuse that we do to ourselves. It needs to stop. We need to realise that we are good enough. It's like when I tell you to practice the word no in the mirror. Maybe practice telling yourself you are good enough. Look at yourself and say, You are good enough. Try and say the words, the affirmations. I am good enough. It sounds silly, and you might think I'm talking a load of tosh, but your brain hears everything that you say to yourself. So when you do something and you're like, oh God, you're such an idiot, your brain's hearing that. It doesn't know it's coming from you. All it knows is that it was a negative reaction, and your brain responds negatively. If you tell yourself every day, look at yourself in the mirror and say, I am good enough. Now, your brain hears that too. Your ears are listening to everything you say to yourself. Your brain is listening to that little voice in your head that is giving you such a hard time. People always say, fake it till you make it. Well, in a way, that can be right, but not the way people think it is. So the more you look in the mirror and tell yourself positive things, the more positive you will feel. The more positive your brain will react. Now, smiling releases chemicals. So even smiling has a positive effect on your brain. So look in the mirror, smile, and say, I am good enough. You probably think I'm mad crazy, and I will say that I am certified crazy. But as my brain hears that, I'm telling myself that that does not matter. That does not matter. I've been through things that have caused my reactions to probably be completely way off compared to other people. I have people saying to me, aren't you lonely? Because I'm not out there looking for a partner to be validated by. In my mind, there's only one person that could ever get my attention that way. But for the moment, they're living their life, I'm living my life, and it's not something that comes into my mind day in, day out. I am using manifesting techniques that I've learned through numerous books, from the book Manifesting, the most recent one I've read, Manifesting Like a Mother, which I think is absolutely brilliant, by the way, and the last Law of Attraction book you'll ever need to read. They tell you to do things in your life to trigger the outcomes that you want. Because sitting there wishing that something's going to happen without actions to follow it up, it's not going to. And the same goes for your self-esteem. If you're not feeding positivity into your self-esteem, then it's just going to sit where it is. You're going to overthink everything. And the problem is we do this to ourselves. We have one negative thought, and then that spirals into another and another and another. We can rise above this. We can tell ourselves that we are amazing, unique human beings. We don't need to be like anybody else. We don't need somebody else to tell us our worth. We are in control of us. We are the only ones that can give ourselves a better life. We can choose to be happy. We can choose to change everything that we do not like about our own lives. That's up to us. Things will not come to us. We will not receive the wishes and the dreams that we can think about unless we put things into action. My biggest thing at the moment is moving house. I spoke a little about this yesterday and the reasons why we want to leave. But while I'm here, I am decluttering anything that doesn't suit me, doesn't align with me, doesn't make me feel like the life that I really want. I think I've gone through most things, and it seems that I'm now replacing items with other items that I've got rid of. But I'm making sure that the items that I am now buying are aligning with what I want to do and where I want to go in my life.